perfect summer is over in a flash.
Welcome to my channel. My name is Maria and this is Gathered Home, and I'm so happy that you're here. In today's video, I thought it'd be really fun to share with you some recent thrift finds that I am completely making over. I found a really beautiful piece of home decor that actually has a really funny story to go along with it, and I am making over that to make it match home decor. I also have a little piece for some outside decor, as well as some more beautiful finds that I've been using in the hutch in our dining room. The days are dwindling down to the kiddos are going to be home for the summer, so I thought it'd be fun to bring you into my home today, show you some really great DIYs that I did, and they're super easy. Listen, I am not a professional by any means. I am a crafter by hobby. I am a DIYer purely because I love it and for the enjoyment, and I love making unique pieces for our home to decorate with. It's just something I genuinely find relaxing, and I love doing it. I hope this video brings you tons of motivation, and if you are new to my channel, hi, welcome. Hit that subscribe button, give me a good old thumbs up, and let's get to showing you some of these beautiful thrift finds and how I made them over and styled them in our home.
Here is a little look-see of everything that I picked up. This is a collection of pieces that I've been putting on my hutch in the dining room. It is all silver plated, some of it's gold, and I've been spraying it with a beautiful brass color and kind of distressing it with some wax to make it really just old and worn looking, but still that brass feel to it. And I love these pieces with the rosettes on them. And I found this beautiful bowl, oval bowl, actually at a barn sale. And I have that platter there as well. So we're gonna make those look real nice. This is a beautiful picture frame with that same floral detail. Okay, this is the one that I have the funny story on, so let you know about that. We have this piece here, as well as some really beautiful vintage wall sconces. And I see different types of these sconces at the thrift stores all the time. So these are things that you can probably find in a thrift store near you. I'm starting off by how I start off every thrift find and just giving everything a really good clean. Now this candlestick is absolutely perfect, so we are doing nothing to it other than giving it a good washing. And I actually keep a separate thrift sponge so that I only use this for pieces that I am washing from the thrift store. I always use just warm water and some Dawn dish soap, and it always does the trick. So getting a really good scrubbing on these, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to spray them down with the spray paint. Now I've been using, like I mentioned, this brass color spray paint by Rust-Oleum. This one is called Gilded Brass. I've also used Sunlit Brass in the past, as well as this antiquing wax that I use so many times, and my little squiggly wire brush that I get from the Dollar Tree. Now that I have them all nice and clean, I'm not really sure why I decided to do this in the garage and not cover the driveway. So yes, I did get a little bit of spray paint on the black driveway. It was raining on and off this day, so at this point it was still come down a little bit. So I was trying to do it in the garage, but I should have put a drop cloth on the driveway as well. I decided to not spray this one. I really love the gold color on it, and yes, it's definitely worn, but I didn't mind it, so I'm just going to leave that one as is. Now that I got the first coat on those, I'm going to let that dry, and I'm going to go ahead and give this one a really good coat of some white farmhouse spray paint. First, I'm going to go ahead and give it a little light sanding. I just kind of wanted to rough it up to give the spray paint a little bit more of something to adhere to. So that's what I'm doing with my 220, I believe, sanding block. Going around all the edges and making sure I give it a good sand. before I go ahead and take my Rust-Oleum spray paint and again go on my driveway because I thought that was a good idea. I'm not really sure why. And give it a good spray paint. Now this color is called Farmhouse White. I've been using it a lot in our home. I actually also just used it on a beautiful end table makeover that I can't wait to share with you in a future video. So make sure you're subscribed and hang around because I'd love to show you all my thrift finds and makeovers and home decorating. Okay, so now we're back inside while everything is drying and I'm working on these sconces. I'm for some reason cleaning the mirror, which I wind up doing again at the end. And I was thinking I could get them out. You saw the backing, but I didn't want a chance breaking the glass because they weren't coming out very easily. So I decided to leave them in and just giving them a initial cleaning with some glass cleaner. And then we're going to go ahead and give it a very light sanding. I just wanted to make sure that the stain that I'm going to use really soaked in well to the wood. So I just wanted to go ahead and give it a good light sanding. Now, like I mentioned, I see these all the time at the thrift store. Some of them are broken. You know, some of them are just really not my style, but these ones, these wooden ones, I love, and I thought I can definitely incorporate somewhere throughout the house. I am using Early American by Minwax. It is my favorite color stain. I use it all the time for projects, and it's, you know, depending on what you're putting it on is where really the color that it'll come out. This one came out a little bit darker and I love it, and I'm showing you the difference between it stained and not stained. So really just brought it to life, made it look new again. And there was a little ribbon, or not ribbon, jute bow at the top that I had taken off. It was only on with hot glue. So you'll see there's a little kind of dot that's left behind there, but we're going to go ahead and cover that up anyway so you won't even see it. Now that we have the pieces stained, I thought this color would look beautiful with a nice pop of greenery. So I went in my stash to see what kind of little wispy greens I had, and these were the winner. These came from Hobby Lobby, and I just love the way they kind of look sitting behind that piece that holds the candlestick. So I'm just cutting some off here with my wire cutters, and I'm going to staple gun them into this. And I thought it was a little bit wonky of a position for me to get my staple gun in, but it worked out perfectly. Love the pop of greenery, and I think that when the candlestick is in there, it's just going to look really sweet. So we're going to go ahead and do it to both of those. Then I went ahead and just made a little cute jute bow to put back into that area that was up top. I'm going back again and giving the mirror a final good clean. And I really think that these turned out adorable. I'm so happy I found them. I'm definitely going to be using them somewhere in my home for sure. I do have to get some shorter candlesticks. I have to order some, but I think that they came out so adorable. I love them. It's something I would definitely pick up if I was at a booth in an antique mall or something like that. So love, love, love those. Now that the backsides have dried, I am in my backyard now. I had a little bit more common sense, and I am spray painting the front now. So giving them a really good coat. Then I'm going to go ahead and give this guy another coat. Now this is the one with the funny story that I actually did mention in my haul video, but long story short, I had seen this piece in the store, didn't get it, went home, was like thinking about it for some reason, like I should have gotten it. And then I found a picture on Pinterest of something that looks similar and so beautiful, and I'll show you it in a little bit. And I went back and found it again, like 2 weeks later. So that's the funny story. Maybe it's not so funny. Taking this, I think that this may have been used as the garbage can, but I'm going to use it as a planter. So I'm taking this nutmeg color by Rust-Oleum, and I love this color. I think it definitely gives like a Pottery Barn vibe to any piece that you spray it on. So I'm just spraying the entire thing minus the bottom with this nutmeg color spray paint, and then we're going to go ahead and let this dry outside. This is my antiquing wax. It goes a very long way. You do not need to use a ton, and I'm pretty much just going over the entire piece, really focusing on the detail work. And I've been doing this to all the pieces I find, so everything kind of coordinates and matches back on my hutch. And you never have to worry about messing this step up because this stuff is very forgiving. It does not dry right away, so you have plenty of time to kind of work it in or wipe a certain area off and redo it again. There is no right or wrong way to use this stuff. I love it. It is great. It just gives everything a really kind of vintagey and worn look, but in a really, really nice way. The second coat on this piece has dried, so we're going back with that sanding block, and I'm just kind of roughing it up a little bit, making some of that brown, original brown color come through. I wanted it to look a little bit distressed, very, very farmhousey, and I think I definitely achieved the look, and it's really easy to do. I love doing projects like this that don't take too much effort but really have such a beautiful result in the end. And this is how this piece turned out, and I'm going to go ahead and insert a picture here of the original piece that I had told you I saw on Pinterest that night after I had seen this piece in thrift store, and I just thought it was really funny because it looks so similar. I thought I'd give you a couple of different ideas of how to style pieces like this. So I am moving it here to the corner of my kitchen, which I think would be a beautiful place for it as well. And I also set it on my tray in the family room on top of the ottoman. So pieces like this, maybe not necessarily the same exact piece, I see a lot of times, especially candlestick holders that kind of have that same feeling or vibe in the thrift stores. So you're definitely always going to be able to find something similar. Here we are now in my dining room, and I'm giving you a little look-see of all the pieces that I've been collecting and turning into this same kind of brass color. I'm definitely looking to fill up these shelves here behind the doors a little bit more, and we're going to do that with a few of these pieces. So I'm taking this tray, and I'm not really using it as a tray right now. I'm going to kind of use it as a backdrop behind everything, just to kind of split up that black against, everything, and just give it a little bit of pop back there. Now I'm starting on the left side here, and I'm putting this little pedestal plate here in front of my thrifted picture frame that I actually have to still get a picture for. So that is empty, but I added a little greenery stem to it. And here is that picture frame that I'm also going to print a picture for next to my thrifted basket with some more greenery, adding some white beads with a little tassel into the tray as well. And I think it's just a really cute, sweet thing here to put on the shelves here behind the door. I'm then going to take this bowl that I never winded up doing anything to other than cleaning, and I'm lifting the handle a little bit, and I remembered that I had a ton of leftover white tulips from a wreath that I meant to make myself and I never did. So I'm just adding a little towel on the side, and I'm going to go ahead and put the tulips in, and I thought it would just look really pretty just kind of sitting in here and fills out this area behind the door in my hutch. Found a little sign as well that I stuck in there, winded up switching the napkin to the other side, and I think it turned out really sweet. And I will be printing pictures out to put in those frames very soon. We all know that that is sometimes the hardest part. This little guy I decided to put here on my bar cart. I think it is just adorable and so stinking sweet. So I'm just setting it here on a little tray that I have on the bar cart. That bowl I decided to turn over because I think it has such a beautiful design, and I'm really going to use it as like almost like a pedestal or a riser. So I'm keeping that in there until I find something to be able to put on top of it. Taking this thrifted candlestick and putting it near my other thrifted candlesticks. Love these things. And I just kind of wanted it to coordinate in this area. So I'm just sticking it here next to my thrifted pitcher that I DIY'd as well. I'm really happy with the addition of these few pieces, and I'm still on the hunt for many more pieces to add here to my hutch. And I'm super happy with the bar cart as well. I'm loving this little platter. I think it looks really sweet there. Although I don't have the proper size candlesticks for these guys yet, I wanted to show you how they came out. I'm not sure where I'm going to hang them yet either, but I'm loving the look of them now. And Ellie in the mirror there was totally not planned, but there she is. And here is what I believe was a garbage can turned outdoor planter. I just sprayed it with that nutmeg spray paint, and I feel like such a little change makes a big difference. Added in a little mini fern, and I think it looks super sweet back here on our deck. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If you love this type of content, please subscribe to my channel. I'd love to have you. Give me a thumbs up, and I will definitely see you in the next one.